But the biggest reason that I started wearing correct toes was mostly because of my bunion. And I started noticing that I had a bunion most likely around the age of, I don't know, 6, 8, somewhere in there, quite young. And it got worse and worse throughout my adolescence and adulthood, to the point where my first toe on my left foot was under my second toe, and I had very little feeling in the ends of my toes on both feet. I was in orthotics for a very long time. From the age of 11 onward, I was seeing a podiatrist and was very well stabilized, and told, okay, pronate, and I have flat feet, so here are orthotics that will keep you from pronating. And after a year in correct toes, a lot of that has changed. I started noticing that I would stand with my toes out and my feet rolling in. And so initially I just started, every time I realized I was standing that way, I would correct and point my toes forward. And then it became easier to naturally stand with my toes pointed forward, and then naturally stand with my arches fully supported versus collapsing inward. And then after a while I realized I didn't have to think of it at all, and that just became my neutral, and my default was to stand with not only correct alignment of my feet, but it helped my knees and my hips and my back. So it's not something that I have to rely on an external support anymore. I can just do it because my body has gotten stronger. I was a D1 athlete in college, and early on in my sophomore year, I was in the weight room learning a new circuit for the year, and we had to stand on Bosu balls, so big, round, kind of half dome exercise balls. And while we were standing on them, we were with one leg, and we had dumbbells in our hands, and had to do a series of dumbbell exercises while standing on one leg on the ball. And not even my own trainer, but another team's trainer came over and ripped the dumbbells out of my hand as I'm flailing around trying to stabilize and balance myself. And they said I was far too dangerous and couldn't do exercises like that. So for the rest of my career there, I modified exercises and never did anything that required standing on a Bosu ball. And I've always considered myself to have poor balance and be clumsy, and had never attributed that to my feet at all, nor the footwear that I was wearing, or the bunion, or the poor sensation that I had in the ends of my toes. And after a year of correct toes and getting a minor knee injury, I ended up in physical therapy. And while the physical therapist was demonstrating exercises on the Bosu ball, this was only about 4 weeks ago, I was laughing to myself thinking, oh, this is not going to happen. I can't do this. And I got up. I don't even think I was wearing my correct toes at the time, just barefoot. And I was able to do not only the exercises that he was demonstrating, but the routines that he had saved for me for like weeks down the road as I progressed and got better. And I was able to do those day one. And without any training, any experience on the Bosu ball in the last 6 years, I was just able to stand on it and go. So my balance is much improved from the rest of my life previously, and I don't trip anymore. I don't fall as much as I used to. I'm much more stable on my feet. So perhaps that way that I'd always classified myself as being clumsy and being someone that just had poor balance was really just my feet.